From Pittsburgh Arts and Lectures, we are welcoming Sony Ton-Aime, and he comes to us from Chautauqua, and he is now the head of the Pittsburgh Arts and Lectures. He's been here for 3 months. He's the new executive director of Pittsburgh Arts and Lectures, and I'm so excited to meet you, Sony. We've had a little bit of a conversation here before we started talking. Tell me about how you ended up here in Pittsburgh.
Well, thank you so much, Anna, for having me. And on behalf of the board and the staff of Pittsburgh Arts and Lectures, it is such a pleasure to be here and talking with you at the WQED. Well, as you said, before I came here, I was living in Chautauqua. A little bit colder than it is here, but, I managed 4 years there. When I was living at Chautauqua, I would always come to Pittsburgh. And yes, because that's where the culture was, right? That's where the good food was, right?
So true.
And I would come here. But even before that, when I moved to Kent, Ohio, I was studying at Kent State. I will drive from Kent to Pittsburgh,
really?
Right, to attend lectures here, to attend events here, and I will drive the same night, right? So Pittsburgh has always been a city close to my heart, right?
So you've attended the Arts and Lectures before even becoming the executive director?
Yes, I attended one.
Okay.
Only one. Mm-hmm. But the Arts and Lectures, Pittsburgh Arts and Lectures has always been on my radar, and I've been a big fan. Even when I was in my previous positions, I would wait for the list of the 10 evenings, and I would say, like, if only I can get 4 of those writers, and I'll be happy.
Right.
Yeah, and now to be here in this position, I don't know if you're, let's say, the Pirates fan. If you're a Pirates fan, for you to understand how I'm feeling right now is as if the Pirates were to hire you as their head coach, right?
Excellent.
And I'm like, this place I've been a big fan of, now I'm part of it, and I'm here.
You are a part of it, and what an exciting, we've already had an amazing group of people that have been a part of the fall season, if you will, but now we have Jennifer Egan. I am so excited about that with her fabulous book, The Candy House.
Candy House. Oh, what a wonderful book.
What a great book.
I know. We are so lucky, and I really mean it. We are so lucky to have an organization like Pittsburgh Arts and Lectures to bring those writers to the community, to here, really. Jennifer Egan, February 12th. And that is going to be at the Carnegie Library Lecture Hall.
Okay.
And it is going to be, for now, the last 10 evenings lecture that we're going to have it at the Library Hall before we we're going to move back to the Carnegie Music Hall.
Excellent.
Yes.
After all the reworking and
yes.
upgrading of the hall.
Oh, the hall. And we're so grateful to the Carnegie Museums of Pittsburgh for the work that they've done, really, to renovate the music hall with new cushier and bigger chairs, and now AC.
Really? Some air conditioning in there too. Excellent.
Right? People do not need to dread about the events that we have during the summer now. We're very, very excited, and we cannot wait to welcome everyone back.
We had an opportunity to speak before we were recording about Tracy Kidder and what's going to be happening on March 25th as he comes to Pittsburgh with his Rough Sleepers. Tell me a little bit about that, because that's going to be a Q&A.
Yes. Tracy Kidder is coming, and it is going to be our first event back in the music hall, March 25th at 7:30 p.m. The Rough Sleepers is about a person, a doctor in Boston, Dr. Jim O'Connell, who started this program where he will drive around Boston in a van during nighttime and provide food, medicine, and consultation to unhoused people, right? And this program's been around since the 80s, right? And he is coming with Tracy Kidder, and they will be in conversation in the music hall. And before that, we are going to go to different organizations, but partnered with Second Avenue Commons on the day for him to see the work that we are doing here in Pittsburgh when it comes to homelessness and our community. And later during the evening, we are going to host this lecture with Tracy Kidder, and then he will be in conversation with Dr. Jim O'Connell. And we're very excited to welcome all of our patrons back, but also everyone in the community would like to join us, and the elected officials, we are going to send invitation out to them and to make sure that they are part of this conversation, because we know how dedicated they are to eradicating homelessness in the community, and we want to invite them to be part of this conversation.
Yeah, it's. I think of the weather the way it is right now, and the fact that there's homelessness here in Pittsburgh,
Yes.
and you, an individual, has the ability to do something. There is something you can do, and you can
Yes.
find out about that on March 25th with Tracy Kidder and Rough Sleepers. But you also have Hernan Diaz coming on
Diaz.
April 8th.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I know the current Pulitzer Prize winning author for fiction, right?
How? I just got chills.
I know, and it is so interesting that we have 5 lectures left. 4 of them are Pulitzer Prize winners, and 1 is a twice National Book Awards winner, right? So the caliber of writers that we bring to the community here is really exceptional, and all of this curation happen in collaboration with the community, right? To see what are the organizations, what are the work, the people that are doing work in the community, and we want to elevate them to our invitations. And all of that was created by my predecessor, Stephanie Flom, right?
Wow.
I'm so grateful to follow the lead, really, and also to inherit this
Beautiful
great
program.
booster.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
And what's really nice is not only can you be there in person, which of course it's always great to be in person, but
Yes.
you can get online
You
tickets.
can get online tickets.
So
Yes.
that you're not going to miss it. If the weather is a little bit difficult or something like that, that there is still the ability to hear.
Yes, and the online tickets will allow you to watch the event not only live but for a week after.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
Yes. So even those who can join us in person, if you feel like, I want to listen to this, I want to watch this again, you have a link where you can watch it again, right? So, and that's something that started with the pandemic, and then we saw the benefit of it. And
Some
said,
of the benefits there are
keep it.
good things that came out of the
Yes,
pandemic.
yes.
That making it accessible to, the nation or the world in essence.
Exactly. And some of our patrons are now, let's say, in warmer climates, right? And we want them to still watch and join us for those lectures. We want to continue this. This is not something that we are going to take away. We are going to keep offering the online option. And we do want people to come and flock in the music hall
Oh, yes.
and be in conversation with the authors. The authors, they love it. They love when they come on stage and see so many people. It's like, wow, Pittsburgh, this is the place I want to be, right? So we want to invite everyone to come back to the music hall. But if, like you said, the weather or mobility issues, or you're not going to be in town during that time, we still want you to enjoy those lectures through online offerings.
Excellent. And then in April, we have An Immense World, the author Ed Yong.
Ed Yong.
Pulitzer Prize-winning author of I Contain Multitudes. This is amazing, this
Yes.
beautiful book.
Yes, it is amazing. And he is really one of the best journalists writing right now. And the way that he comes to every story is with so much care and passion to really to the audience, but also to the subject as well, right? And his intelligence. One thing he's focusing right now, and I cannot wait. I know there is a book coming out of it. He's reporting on long COVID.
Really?
Has been amazing. So yeah,
wow.
he is writing them for the Atlantic, but this book is really about everything that is around us, that through our senses that we are receiving, but sometimes we are not aware of them. And reading in the immense world really brings all of that to the surface. And it's like, whoa, so many things that I have not taking too much attention to. They are right around us. Really, I can assure you that after reading this book, your whole way of seeing the world, of feeling, of experiencing the world will change.
Oh, that is wonderful. But I think the same thing will happen with Jesmyn Ward with Let Us Descend.
Let Us Descend.
Oh my goodness. Come on.
I know Jesmyn Ward is the best prose writer writing right now. And I'm saying that as a poet, right? And I know what it is for beauty of language, right? But Jesmyn Ward brings all of that beauty, like the poetic beauty, through the prose. And this book, Let Us Descend, is told in the way of the Dante's
Inferno.
Right?
That's right. Going down through the levels and
yes, and all of the different steps, but the resiliency of the human being, right, to create beauty out of darkness, right, and that I'm so excited for the lecture for us to end the season. We are going to close the season with Jesmyn Ward, and we are going to also during that lecture announce our next season.
Announce the next season, and that will be in May, the 13th of May. So
yes.
I'm sure you're very hard working as to who's going to be coming next year. Can you give us a preview at all?
Not now, but I can assure everyone is it is going to be a well-balanced season because this is very much an election year, right? So we need to have the conversations, right, that are needed. But at the same time, we will need to be able to leave the world sometime, Aaron, and come together and be joyful in the moment, right? So I'm working on a way to present a well-balanced season next year with the staff, and by next month, we should have an idea.
Pretty good idea about
pretty
who's
good
coming.
idea. But for now, all I can say is we have decided that we're going to have a very well-balanced and where we can come and have important conversation, and we can cry, and then also we can come and laugh, and we can rejoice in camaraderie and companionship of others, which is something that we've been doing for the past 33 years.
Absolutely.
Right? So we want to continue in that path.
Sony, if someone was interested in getting the last 5 lectures, could they go to Pittsburgh Arts and Lectures?
Yes. We have right now a bundle for the next 5 lectures, right? And you go to Pittsburgh lectures.org, right? And you can get you a bundle for the tickets for the 5 lectures.
For the 5.
And they can be in person or online. And if you think that, I'm not going to be able to attend all of them in person, you can still buy the bundle for 5, and that will come with the online option
ability
as well.
too.
Yes,
Excellent.
exactly.
So I have to ask, books have been a huge part of your life for such a long time. Yes. How did you become interested? Was it a parent or something, or was it schooling that got you interested into reading?
Parents.
Your parents?
Yes, especially my father. My father was and still is a storyteller. Yes, he will tell me stories, and my father will tell me those stories, and he will change things because he will add to them. And I when growing up, I thought he was the author of the stories, right? And then later in school, when I would start reading stories, and I would find those stories written I'm doing the air quote mark there, by my father, and realized that no, my father was not the author. And I would confront my father, and my father said, like, once you read a story, once you listen to a story, it becomes yours. And that's why I changed them. And then all my thing was like for me to consume as much story as possible and then make them mine, right? So I love telling stories, but because I was so shy, right, I would start writing stories, but they would be very short. They will become like very glimpse things. And then I discovered poetry. And I was like, oh, those were poems that I was writing anyway, right? And then that's how I became a poet, right? All started by me loving stories and trying to write my own stories. But sometimes the good thing about writing a poem when you were that age and being a shy child is you can use imageries, you can use metaphors, and you can say the things that you want to say without saying them, right? So poetry was the best medium for me in that sense. So that's how I became a poet. But since then, really, I've been reading, telling stories, and that has been the passion of my life. And I'm so lucky, really, to be able to be in a position where I can invite other storytellers to come and be in conversation with people who love stories and other people who are writing stories as well.
And you grew up in Haiti, I believe.
I grew up in Haiti.
And when did you come to the United States?
I came in the United States 13 years ago, 2010, mid-July 2010. I came for school, for college. I went to Kent State, yes, and I've been here in the States since, but except for 2 years that I went back to Haiti.
And do you have, can you tell us a short story of yours, a little poem that you might, it comes to mind quickly that you have written?
Oh, I cannot memorize my poems. But there's one story. There's one poem that I wrote a couple months ago. I did not memorize it, but I can tell you a little bit about it. I think it is in my collection, but I believe that in every collection of poems, a poet should bring something new to poetry. And for me, this is the thing that is new, and I call the form a mélange.
Really?
Yes, which is a mélange is a mixture.
A mixture.
Yes, right. And it's spelled in Haitian Creole. So this is my own creation, and the title of the poem is a sentence, and every word in the title of the poem is inside the poem, right?
Ooh.
And it's in order. And there's something about the title, what the title is about. There should be words that are really connected with that concept. Like, for example, in my poem, rice culture is the thing. And then, so in that poem, there's a lot of ways of making rice. Right?
Wow.
So I call it a mélange. And I wish that I had the poem with me right now and I would read it for you. But that's the thing.
The next time we see each
other. The next time.
And if somebody wanted
here.
to get that, where could we find that?
Hopefully soon. I'm now in the process of sending the manuscript out for publication, and keep your eyes out and my fingers are crossed right now. I hope a publishing place will pick it up and will publish it. But I'm really, really excited for it. But talking about poetry, the first poem that I memorized, I could not read then. My older brother was memorizing it.
Really?
And I learned with him, and it was in French. So I still have this poem ingrained in my mind. Right?
And speak just a little bit of it in French.
It is a simple poem about a child going to school, and the mother taking him by hand, and then him being aware of the mother's hand, leaving, then the mother said, like, goodbye, go back to school, and then he thinking, like, just because my mother took the time to take me to the school, I should work well and get some good grades.
Wow.
Yeah, the title is Little Popular Call. That's like the departure to school. And this poem stays with me, and I learned it maybe almost 25 years ago.
Wow.
And yeah, it stays with me.
It stays with you. It's a part of your being
Yes,
at this point. It's part of your memories.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. And that's why we want to create here at Pittsburgh Arts and Lectures, when folks come to our lectures, we want them to have something that will stay with them, right, forever. I want them to come and say, like, when Tracy Kidder or when Jennifer Egan, Ed Young, or Henan Diaz was in Pittsburgh, I was there. When he said that, I was there.
I witnessed that. That's part of
that.
Those are now my memories.
Yes. And I want that to stay with them, right? That's why it is so important for us to create a really worthy roster of writers for the folks, but also to create an ambience in the hall where people feel comfortable, where they can be vulnerable, and they can learn, right? And they can share in community, right? That is the goal for me.
Tracy Kidder will be in the brand new music hall in March, one of the first events there, so that's very exciting. I'm speaking with Sony Ton-Aime, who is the new executive director of the Pittsburgh Arts and Lectures, getting ready for next year's season, but also still 5 different fabulous writers coming this year, Pittsburgh Arts and Lectures. And if you decide to go to pittsburghlectures.org, you can get that 5-pack available online. Great. Yes. Sony, thank you so much for being here and visiting and getting us all excited about what's happening this spring.
I am so excited and I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, Anna. Thank you, WQED, for having me and for really helping us spread the word out for Pittsburgh Arts and Lectures. We are so excited to see everyone back and to continue being in community with you all. Thank you, Pittsburgh.